This lesson is going to be about inverse logarithms and solving logarithmic equations. So let's start with inverse logarithms, and I'll explain what I actually mean by that. So say we have 6 to the power of log to the base 6 of, let's say, 3. 6 to the power of log to the base 6 of 3. What this says here, I'm concentrating just on the highlighted green part first. That says, what power do I give 6 to get 3? What power do I give 6 to get 3? Well, whatever the answer to that is, I've just given 6 that power. So that means I'm going to get 3. So let's go through that again, just to be sure, because this is a key concept. This here says, what power do I give 6 to get 3? Then I give 6 that power to get 3. So 6 to the power of log to the base 6 of 3 is 3. Let's just double check that. So 6 to the power of log to the base 6 of 3 indeed is 3. So what we've done here, we've found the opposite of taking a logarithm. The opposite of log base 6 is 6 to the power of. So let's do a few examples that bring this into play. And there's the example there. So evaluate the following expressions. 3 to the power of log to the base 3 of 2. You might already know what to do in that one, in which case pause and have a go. But this bit here says, what power do I give 3 to get 2? I then give 3 that power to get 2. Part B, 6 to the power of 5 log to the base 6 of 4. Now there's an issue here, because in this first one here, the 3 to the power of and the log base 3 were touching each other, which meant that they're essentially cancelled out. These aren't touching each other now. It doesn't say 6 to the power of log to the base 6 of 4. It says 6 to the power of 5 lots of log to the base 6 of 4. So what we could do here is use the power law to bring that up into there, like this. And now we're ready to simplify. So a 6 and the log base 6 wipe each other out. That says, what power do I give 6 to get 4 to the 5? I then give 6 that power to get 4 to the power of 5, which if I evaluate on the calculator, 4 to the power of 5 equals 1024 is the answer. There's an alternative way of doing that, actually, which I will introduce to you now. So we could use index laws. So that says 6 to the power of log to the base 6 of 4. And we could think of that as all being to the power of 5. So remember index laws. When you've got a bracket raised to a power, you just times the two powers together, which would give us 5 log base 6 of 4, which is what we started with. And here, 6 to the power of log to the base 6 of 4 is just 4. Raised to the power of 5, which again gives us 1024, like that. So 2 different ways of doing the same example. You might want to pause and have a go at part C yourself. Equals. So let's use the power law again to get 2 to the power of log to the base 2 of an x squared to the minus 3 is x to the minus 6, leaving us with just x to the minus 6. So the purpose of this exercise was that a to the power of log to the base a of anything just equals that thing. That's what I want you to take away from this part of the video. So let's build on that now and try and apply this to solving logarithmic equations. So this question here says, solve the following equations, there's going to be more than one of them, giving the answers to 4 significant figures where appropriate. So part A, log to the base 6 of x equals 2. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to use this fact here to my advantage. I'm going to make both sides a power of 6, I'm going to 6 to the power of both sides, or 6 both sides. So 6 to the power of log to the base 6 of x equals 6 to the power of 2. Which implies, well, using this fact here, 6 to the power of log to the base 6 of x is just x. And the right hand side becomes 36. So x equals 36. Next example, and you might want to pause this and have a go at it yourself. But log base 3 of 2x equals 0.34. So in order to get rid of that logarithm, I'm going to 3 both sides. So both sides are going to be written as a power of 3. So 3 to the log base 3 of 2x equals 3 to the 0.34. Which implies, well, the left hand side just cancels to 2x equals 3 to the 0.34. Which means that x equals 1/2 of 3 to the 0.34, which is equal to, and let's pop that in the calculator, 1/2 of 3 to the 0.34, which is equal to 0.7264 to 4 significant figures, 0.7264 to 4 significant figures. So let's do another more complicated example now. And there's the example there. And this one has a little bit of a problem because there's more than one term on each side. The other two examples had a single term on each side, which allowed us to unlog in the way we did. Here, we can't do the same thing. We can't just go and say 5 to the power of that plus 5 to the power of that equals 5 to the power of that. It doesn't work like that. And I'll show you with a quick numerical example why it doesn't work like that. So hopefully you agree with me that 1 plus 2 equals 3. So now I have a 3 each term. 3 to the power of 1 plus 3 to the power of 2 equals 3 to the power of 3. Certainly doesn't work like that. When there's multiple terms on each side, we can't just go through and 3 them individually, otherwise it violates the equal sign there. So what we're going to do, make sure that there is only a single term on each side. So let's combine these using logarithm laws. So it's the left hand side that needs combining. You might want to pause and have a go at it yourself. So log to the base 5 of x plus, and let's use the power law now, log to the base 5 of 3 squared equals log to the base 5 of 2x plus 3. That then implies, combining those terms, log to the base 5 of, and this becomes 9x, using the addition law, equals log to the base 5 of 2x plus 3, which then implies if I have 5 both sides, and 5ing both sides isn't a technical term by the way, but I just can't think of a better way to word it. So 5ing both sides, 2x plus 3 like that, which means that 9x equals 2x plus 3. Remember, 5 to the power of and a log to the base 5 cancel each other out when directly touching each other. So anyway, that means that 7x equals 3, which means that x equals 3/7. Remember, the question asked us to do it to 4 significant figures where appropriate. So that's approximately equal to, so 3/7 is equal to 0.4286 approximately. And there's our answer. So remember, when there's multiple terms on each side, you need to combine them into a single term for this method to work. Not 100% strictly true, but it's just the best way of doing it. And then finally, last part, which will bring all of this into play. And there it is there. Log to the base 5 of 5x minus log to the base 5 of x plus 2 plus log to the base 5 of x equals log to the base 5 of x plus 6. Combine those all into a single logarithm. Unlog, then solve. So you might want to pause and have a go. But here I go now. So combining these using the addition and subtraction rule, we end up with log to the base 5 of, and we've got 5x there, and using the addition law, times x, which will give us 5x squared on the top. Then there's a subtraction law there as well, putting x plus 2 on the bottom, like that, equals log to the base 5 of x plus 6, like that. Which then implies if I do 5 to the power of both sides, like this, 5 to the power of log base 5 of 5x squared over x plus 2 equals 5 to the power of log base 5 of x plus 6. And whilst this step isn't necessary to write down to get the marks, I would always advise writing it to enhance your understanding of logarithms. So that leaves us with 5x squared over x plus 2 equals x plus 6. And there we have a quadratic. So we get 5x squared equals x plus 6 times x plus 2, which means that 5x squared equals x squared plus 8x plus 12. I'm just taking that all over to one side. That means that 4x squared minus 8x minus 12 equals 0. And I can see those are all terms are divisible by 4. So I'm dividing both sides by 4 to get x squared minus 2x minus 3 equals 0, like that. Which then means we've got x minus 3, x plus 1 equals 0, giving us a final answer of x equals 3 or x equals minus 1. But there's a problem here. What we should always do is check the answers in the context of the original question. They must solve the original equation. So if I try to sub in x equals minus 1 into this original equation, this term will break it. We can't log negative numbers, so x equals minus 1 won't sub into this particular term here, nor that one for that matter. Let's just prove it. So log to the base 5 of minus 1, math error, it's undefined. So I'm going to cross that out and just write cannot log a negative, leaving the only answer as being x equals 3. So that's an extra step you must perform when solving logarithmic equations. Check to see whether the answers make sense in the context of subbing them into the original equation. So have a go at the worksheet now. Plenty of questions to do. Check all your answers as you go.